His appeal thus rejected by Akrura also, Shatadanva placed the precious jewel in Akrura's care and fled on a horse that could travel 100 yojanas, or 800 miles. My dear king, Krishna and Balaram mounted Krishna's chariot, which flew the flag of Garuda and was yoked with tremendously swift horses, and pursued their elder's murderer. In a garden on the outskirts of Mithila, the horse Shatadanva was riding collapsed. Terrified, he abandoned the horse and began to flee on foot, with Krishna in angry pursuit. As Shatadanva fled on foot, the Supreme Lord, also going on foot, cut off his head with his sharp-edged disc. The Lord then searched Shatadanva's upper and lower garments for the Syamantaka jewel. Not finding the jewel, Lord Krishna went to his elder brother and said, "We have killed Shatadanva uselessly. The jewel isn't here." To this Lord Balaram replied, "Indeed, Shatadanva must have placed the jewel in the care of someone. You should return to our city and find that person. I wish to visit King Videha, who is most dear to me." O king, having said this, Lord Balaram, the beloved descendant of Yadu, entered the city of Mithila. The king of Mithila immediately rose from his seat when he saw Lord Balaram approaching. With great love, the king honored the supremely worshipable Lord by offering him elaborate worship as stipulated by scriptural injunctions. The Almighty Lord Balaram stayed in Mithila for several years, honored by his affectionate devotee Janaka Maharaj. During that time, Dhritarashtra's son Duryodhana learned from Balaram the art of fighting with a club. Lord Keshava arrived in Dwarka and described the demise of Shatadanva and his own failure to find the Syamantaka jewel. He spoke in a way that would please his beloved Satyabhama. Lord Krishna then had the various funeral rites performed for his deceased relative Satyajit. The Lord attended the funeral along with well-wishers of the family. When Akrura and Kritavarma, who had originally incited Shatadanva to commit his crime, heard that he had been killed, they fled Dwarka in terror and took up residence elsewhere. In Akrura's absence, ill omens arose in Dwarka, and the citizens began to suffer continually from physical and mental distresses, as well as from disturbances caused by higher powers and by creatures of the earth. Some men proposed that the troubles were due to Akrura's absence, but they had forgotten the glories of the Supreme Lord, which they themselves had so often described. Indeed, how can calamities occur in a place where the personality of Godhead, the residence of all the sages, resides? The elders said, "Previously, when Lord Indra had withheld rain from Kashi or Benares, the king of that city gave his daughter Gandhini to Shvapalka, who was then visiting him, and it soon rained in the kingdom of Kashi. Wherever his equally powerful son Akrura stays, Lord Indra will provide sufficient rain. Indeed, that place will be free of miseries and untimely deaths." Hearing these words from the elders, Lord Janardhan, though aware that the absence of Akrura was not the only cause of the evil omens, had him summoned back to Dwarka and spoke to him. Lord Krishna honored Akrura, greeted him confidentially, and spoke pleasant words with him. Then the Lord, who was fully aware of Akrura's heart by virtue of his being the knower of everything, smiled and addressed him. "O Master of Charity, surely the opulent Syamantaka jewel was left in your care by Shatadanva and is still with you. Indeed, we have known this all along. Since Satyajit had no sons, his daughter's sons should receive his inheritance. They should pay for memorial offerings of water and pinda, clear their grandfather's outstanding debts, and keep the remainder of the inheritance for themselves. Nevertheless, the jewel should remain in your care, O trustworthy Akrura, because no one else can keep it safely. But please show the jewel just once, since my elder brother does not fully believe what I have told him about it. In this way, O most fortunate one, you will pacify my relatives. Everyone knows you have the jewel for you are now continually performing sacrifices on altars of gold. Thus, shamed by Lord Krishna's conciliatory words, the son of Shvapalka brought out the jewel from where he had concealed it in his clothing and gave it to the Lord. The brilliant gem shone like the sun. After the Almighty Lord had shown the Syamantaka jewel to his relatives, thus dispelling the false accusations against him, he returned it to Akrura. This narration, rich with descriptions of the prowess of Lord Sri Vishnu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, removes sinful reactions and bestows all auspiciousness. Anyone who recites, hears, or remembers it will drive away his own infamy and sins and attain peace. Thus ends the 57th chapter of the 10th canto of the Shrimad Bhagavatam, entitled Satrajit Murdered, the Jewel Returned.